Some late but very important news from the city of Oakland that came this afternoon, and I intended to get out prior to the live stream show, but other events intervened. That said, here is the information. It is a press release that announces that two Oakland workers unions have agreed to ratify the tentative two-year contract, tentative agreements for a two-year contract. This is how it reads. This afternoon, the city received notice that the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, this is what I'm reading right here, I'll show you right here, right there, that the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, IBEW, Local 1245, and the Confidential Management Employees Association, CMEA, have ratified their tentative agreements with the city of Oakland. Both agreed to the same wage proposal as the city offered to SEIU, which is the Service Employees International Union Local 21, in its last, best, and final offer, and to IFPTE Local 21, which was up to 6% over the two-year contract as follows. 4% effective July 1st, 2017, so it's retroactive. 1% effective January 2019, up to 1% more in the second year of the two-year contract, depending on city revenues, effective January 2019. The tentative agreements will be presented to the Oakland City Council for final ratification as early as next week. With respect to the other bargaining units, the city and SEIU Local 1021 will attend a half-day mediation on Monday, December 18th in an attempt to resolve outstanding issues. Negotiations continue between IFTPE, Local 21, and the International Association of Firefighters, IAFF Local 55. And that's the latest from the city of Oakland on the continuing work to solve the issues that led to the Oakland workers' strike of funny how time passes a week ago. Funny how fast time passes by of over a week ago. And the basic problem is that these unions have went without a contract for quite some time, and they've also given up cost of living increases to help the city in its quest to balance its budget. This has gone on for, 10 years by some accounts. But yeah, 10 years. And so the dramatic increase in rents in Oakland and the establishment of more and more market rate housing that costs so high as to push out Oaklanders and some city workers, this now 3-year-old phenomenon caused all this to come to a head. And for the first time in Oakland's history, we had a multi-day serious strike of what some would call non-essential workers, but indeed do form the backbone of the city's government operation to the people. So the agreement with the International Federation of Professional and Teachers Engineers was a critical one. That encompasses about, I believe, 2,500 workers in Oakland, probably maybe a little less than that. And SEIU 1021 represents about another 1,000. So those two units that struck represented the backbone of the total number of workers. So we had, I would say for basically for IFPTE, it's probably a little less than that. It's more like 1,500. 1,500 for that group, and a little over 1,000 for, or about 1,000 for SEIU. If anybody has the actual breakdown numbers, please post them in the comment section. But that's the announcement. The announcement is that 2 city employee labor groups, as the city PIO, Public Information Officer Karen Boyd describes them, I just say City of Oakland worker unions, have ratified a tentative agreement for a 2-year contract. And the press release that I read to you is also in the description area of this video blog, and live, which is also a live stream. And it will come out as a blog post on zenny62.com, oaklandnewsonline.com, and many other blogs in the Zenny62 media network. So there it is. Stay tuned for more information from Zenny62 on YouTube, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you. Oh, Wickle Babies, I'm going to talk about that in my next video blog. I'm just making this one, and then that one I'll make in a second.